Hello there guys! For today's video, I'm going to show you how to create Soda Can Mockup in Photoshop. And also we will dive deeper into creating selection using pen, creating rectangle shape, and turning it into a bulge warp, converting layers to smart object, clipping layers, changing of blend modes, and applying levels. So let's get started! So here in our document, I already prepared here a vector image of a can. And I also have here an image of this soda design that will be applied for the mock-up. Let's go to our original document. First step we're going to do here is we're going to create path around on the area that we are going to apply the design. So going on to the toolbar, find the pen tool, okay, this one, or press P for the shortcut key. And then on for the options, set that to path. And now let's start creating a path around. And there you go. Now we're done creating path. Now, right click on it and then choose make selection. Alright, so from the make selection dialog box, set the feather radius to 1 pixels and then hit OK. Now it's already our selection. Now let's cut this selection to create its own layer by pressing Ctrl plus J. There you are. Alright, so that's how it goes. Now the next step here is we're going to create a rectangle shape. So, going on to the toolbar, shape tools are just under this mouse cursor-like symbol, all right? Just under it, right-click on it, and then you can find there the rectangle tool, right? So I'm going to create a rectangle around this can. Okay, so any color can do, no need for that, then hit enter. All right, so from that rectangle layer, I'm going to press Ctrl plus T for the transformation command, right click and choose warp. So once we already click the warp, let's go to the options on top. For the warp, click this arrow down and then choose on bulge. All right, there you go. And then I'm going to click and drag this one to something like this. Right. Okay, so let's decrease the opacity for us to see if it's really fit our can. Okay, there are. Now let's bring back the opacity back to 100. Okay, so this one is okay now. And by the way, if you find this video helpful so far, please consider subscribing to help YouTube algorithm show my videos to other nerds like us. So going back, the next step we're going to do here is we're going to convert this rectangle layer into a smart object. So going on to the layers panel, selected on that rectangle layer, right click on it and then choose convert to smart object. Now that's already a smart object. So we're going to double click on this thumbnail here. All right, there you go. Once we click that, it will open a document of its own. Okay, and then let's go to this window of the design for our mock-up. So press V and click and drag it on this rectangle document. All right, there you are. Right. Let's just make it fit. So press Ctrl plus T over the transformation command, and now we may now able to adjust the size. So this one is fine for me, and then I'm going to press Control and hold it, and then click these points down, right, so that we can stretch it out, something like that, right? Also top. All right. So once done, hit Enter. Now the next step here is we're going to create a clipping mask on this layer one. So right click on it and then choose Create Clipping Mask. There you are. So this design is went in on the rectangle layer, and then let's save it, because as if you have noticed, it's not yet saved on this document, on our original document. So let's go back there and then press Ctrl plus S to save it. So once I save that, let's go back on our original document. It's already applied. See? And then from this rectangle one layer, right click on it, and then we're going to create clipping mask once again. And there you are. All right. So from the blending options of this rectangle one, click this arrow down here, and then set this one to linear burn. Okay. As if you have noticed here, the image is not that bright. So we're going to brighten it up using levels. So from that rectangle layer selected, go to the adjustment layer icon, click that, and then choose levels. Okay. All right. So I'm going to clip this one so that the effect will be on the design only. So I'm going to select on this clip icon, click that. All right. And then from from the midtones, I'm going to click and drag this one, moving to the left to brighten up our design, something like that. All right. Okay. And then from the highlights here, also drag it, moving to the left. Okay. Okay. So actually, we're done with this. It looks realistic. Now let's put this one in a group and let's create a background of it. Okay. So from that layer down there, press Shift until the last layer on top. Press Control plus G. Now we already put them into one folder. Let's add here a background. So go here at the adjustment layer icon and then choose on solid color and then choose black. Okay. And this from this color field, click and drop it under the group layer. And lastly, let's add here a reflection effect. So selected on that group layer, press Ctrl plus J to duplicate that. Let's rename this group as reflection. Then click and drop it under the group one folder. There you are. And then press Ctrl plus T and then right click on it and choose flip vertical. And then let's drag this one down. Let's open this folder. Let's get a sample selection from this scan under. Press Ctrl, hit the last layer of this group, add a layer mask, go to the toolbar, find the gradient tool, set that to linear, click on this, go to basics, select hit OK. For the foreground, set this one to black, click and drag this one going up. Now let me show you the before and after. So this one is the before and this one is the after. And that is how to create a soda can mock-up in Photoshop.